I believe that this HFA2, which will be finished by March 18, I hope that this document will be binding on the commitments of nations to reduce disaster risk by mainstreaming disaster risk reduction in their governmental process and in the private sector. Second, it is also important that disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation are intertwined in governmental and in the private sector so that we could make resilience or DRR a part of our everyday life. We should make sure that resilience is part of our DNA.
So what do you expect for the Philippines, for the country? What do you expect this time?
Okay. What I expect from my country is first that every government department, agency, and Filipino of the 100 million population would know, understand, and implement disaster risk reduction laws and regulations to be able to save lives, to be able to reduce the loss of livelihood. And my aim and my wish and my prayer is that there will be zero casualty in the next typhoon. While we cannot stop natural hazards from happening, we can stop natural hazards from turning into disasters or catastrophes. And so, my dream and my wish and my vision, which I will do in the Philippines through legislation and through groundwork, is to make it zero casualty. So reduce and minimize the risk. And we should stop saying that we manage disasters. We should manage the risks. And it is important that everybody has assessed his or her risk through buildings, through infrastructure, through all our activities in agriculture, because when you are aware of the risks, you can reduce, minimize, if not obliterate the risks, because you know what it is. There are two elements in DRR which need to be mainstreamed. First is gender sensitivity and gender mainstreaming, so that women are not just the vulnerable sector, but women should be at the front line of defense against disaster risk and climate change. And second, it is an overlooked aspect, but it's very important, is a protection and conservation of cultural landmarks and heritage sites. The protection of cultural heritage or resilient cultural heritage must be mainstreamed in the Sendai document too, which must be incorporated in COP21 in Paris as well, because part of our sustainable development is the protection and conservation of cultural heritage. Finally, what I expect to see in the Sendai document is the marriage of disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation towards the attainment of our sustainable development goals. And through sustainable development, we actually mean gender mainstreaming as well as the protection of cultural heritage.